All right. Welcome back, everyone.
Maybe we
We are
should start
finally
off with
into
this. Maybe
2023.
start off.
Well, I'm already starting, but
We should start off this thing with
what were you
hey
thinking
Red.
for our first topic? Yeah.
I'm offended. Start off with it.
Well, yeah, all the things that happened in 2023 in 2022. Oh my God, it was just like there were so many offensive things that happened. But anyways, welcome to the show. We're finally into 2023. This is like an overview of like. I mean, you guys think that 2022 was just a crazy ass year with everything that happened?
Well, in a
Unfortunately,
way,
yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, I gotta say, and the absolute moronic gist of it has now just started in 2023.
We've already had a crazy start. I mean, I will mention this, and I don't care because I already put this on my Twitter account, and I've actually maybe
You're
accidentally
still on.
started a trend, and let's just say hashtag GarageGate.
The fact that
Is
you're
that a
still
new
on
is that
Twitter
a new
says a lot.
controversy that's been popping up?
Yeah, with Biden with the classified documents when he was vice
Oh,
president. Yeah,
that I
now they're
saw
calling
that.
it GarageGate.
There's a gate for anything these days.
There was remember there was Obamagate, there was Watergate, and now there's
Deflategate?
GarageGate.
All right,
Jeez.
I would have called it Corvette Gate.
I know, but they're calling it GarageGate.
How fitting.
I mean, I don't know if you heard about that GarageGate with the classified documents they found in 4 locations.
I actually did hear about that.
And Biden says he doesn't know anything about it. Yeah.
Then why was it in his fucking garage? That's why they're calling it GarageGate.
I'm like, bullcrap. The fact he doesn't know. He's obviously lying.
Let's
You
see,
know
what
what?
else is it?
Hold on. I actually have to jump in here because I don't think President Biden knows enough to lie or remembers enough to lie. I think he's genuinely serious. He forgets.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, how did that get there in my garage? And it's been sitting there since that box that they showed that it was actually there in this 2020 campaign even.
Oh,
Ooh.
let's
It's
just
been
blame Trump again.
It's like really we got the Mar-a-Lago crap, but now they find this when he was actually hiding documents when he was vice president. You can't even do that. Only the president's allowed to do that. He's the only one that can declassify this stuff.
And obviously he's just gonna get away with all of it. And
Oh, they're gonna let him get away with it. They're not gonna prosecute him.
they're-
They're not gonna raid. They're not gonna look through his underwear drawer.
they're obviously lying, cheating thieves.
And anyways, with the Mar-a-Lago thing that happened last year, they only officially found 10 classified documents. They found 23 with Biden so far.
And more to come, I guess.
Yes, they said there's a good shot that anywhere that he has been, or where his son has been, or where the Chinese spies have been, there's going to be more documents.
Yeah. I hear sirens.
Yeah, well, that's the background. That's normal.
That's
It's been
because
crazy.
That's because the cops are saying someone over because I'm so hot.
Okay.
That's a bad joke, but still the point in case is sometimes I'm out there.
Typical
I'm just
furries.
too
Oh
much
my
for some
god.
people.
Can I just say typical furries?
Yep.
Sure.
Typical. I hope not. We're all in trouble if that's the case.
I've actually seen some that have acted like that in that one server.
Yeah, well
the
I
thing
mean,
is, some people don't know when to stop, and some people think everything is real or everything is a game. Like there's no one or the other. It's like it's straight up either it's a game or it's real life, and it's like it's too much for some people, and they just get lost in it. So I genuinely feel bad for the ones who just don't know what is what and when to stop. It's addictive.
Yeah, and
it really is.
Hey, you're lucky you haven't dealt with some of the furs that I've actually ended up encountering. Acting like
Actually,
a whole
I have.
Prey
I've got
type
kicked out
thing.
of quite a few groups because things were not handled as well as they could have been. And it's very sad.
And
I know. Well, I mean,
Believe me.
both of us, we've actually both seen that day, and you know that, especially since one of the topics that we have is that one person who, we're gonna do like a Lord Voldemort, that one person who just shall not be named.
yeah,
Victor?
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
You're not supposed to say his name. Okay, fine, you said it.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is he's not like everything started off fine, and then
Yeah.
things kind of went to hell because it's like
A
there's
lot of people do that on Discord, just so you know.
Well, it's not just Discord, but what was this? It's all over Twitter, isn't it?
self-control is
Yeah.
self-control and all
so
that just drops
Glad I
and
don't
drops.
use Twitter.
I mean, since I am kind of like religious myself, and I will mention this, is that idiot Victor. It's just like it wasn't right of him to actually cancel some of our brothers in Christ, if you know what I mean, because
Exactly.
he's canceled a few of them that we both know, like Jay the Silver Wolf. He's a good person. Trying to think who else. That Liberty Fox dude at one point. He was actually Jewish, by the way. So
He is?
that also counts
Yep.
as canceling another religious person. So I swear, Victor is just like Hitler for some reason.
That's
I wouldn't go that
sad.
far. I would say something like a dictator, but I wouldn't go that far. No, I
Well,
wouldn't say that.
Hitler was a dictator. Yes, I
Yes.
will give you that. So
Yeah, but there's other dictators who never went to. Because here's the problem when people use Hitler. He's the worst form of the dictator next to Stalin. But the only real difference
And
is
Mao
he was
Zedong.
against the Allies in World War II. Stalin was with us, with the Allies, but he committed a lot worse atrocities than Hitler by killing more of his own countrymen.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's
Still
communism
fucked up.
So, like,
for you.
talked about dictators. Let's not take it down a notch from those who are on the ones who haven't committed like too many atrocities. All right, everyone just jumps straight to the worst one, which is usually Hitler.
well, then let me put it into this terms. And I think if I were to put this statement out there, I think you'll actually agree with this. I think Victor then is probably the worst furry dictator out there. Then, how about that?
I would say in some aspects, even Foxler has done better than him.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is I've actually encountered Foxler in real life. Ugh.
I better hope
I
I
actually was on a call
don't
with the
encounter
guy.
him because I can't promise what'll
I was on
happen.
a call with the guy. He's not. Foxler is very respectful, and he's learned from his issues, from his past mistakes. If I have read him correctly, he has been through a trial in real life because of the stuff that has happened. I want to believe in the best that he has changed, but I don't know if that's the case. For Victor, you know for a fact he has not changed.
Not one bit.
I will not necessarily speak trash about him because I don't like talking bad about anyone. I know for a fact I don't want anyone talking bad about me. But what I will say is there are a lot of issues that he has not tried to work on or fix.
I mean, just think about the current issue he has with all of our people. Just think about that.
I don't think he wants to listen either. I think he wants to believe that he's right. But you know what? That's fine.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is
That might be self-centered,
he's just Mr. Know-It-All. He thinks he's Mr. Know-It-All.
which is not always the case.
So what? You're saying that this
that way.
person? Sorry.
I used to be that way. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, by the way, if you hear something interesting, before Victor and I got on bad terms with him not listening to me and then kicking me out just because of a disagreement, he said that he was thinking of actually quitting Telegram and focusing on something else. I don't remember what though, because I deleted the entire chat. I was that upset with him that I just deleted everything as soon as I got kicked.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Telegram, I think I need to get back into Telegram again.
Well, you should, because I will invite you to our group that we're all in. So, but speaking of that, speaking of
which
our
one?
group, well, the one that you're in, the one that the Make Anthros Great Again, that's actually mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your group. My group is more of the Christian one, and I changed it from private to public, so you can just type in Christian furries and actually find it. The main reason why is because there's a lot of issues that I have with the admins of the other groups who have specifically seemed to have issues with me. The lack of conversation, because let me clue you two in on the background of the dispute between me and Victor. Hey guys, I'm having conversation with a witch over witchcraft. I need prayer support, please. Keep us in mind in prayer and all. So the thing is, he had an issue started just spewing off like 15, somewhere between 10 and 15 messages, including voice messages, about how much he hated witchcraft and how wrong it was. So it's like it got turned from a prayer request to like, this is wrong, this is immoral, and I'm just like, okay, well, this conversation is not wrong. This is for my YouTube channel. There's no,
Yeah.
I mean, I could, and you know what the funny thing is, Day, about this whole entire situation is like it seems like to me that he is just fucked up with so many people as of recently, to where he has basically and let me tell you this: most of the people that's in my group actually are all against him. This is a long list of people that he has wronged. So those 117, 118, I think, they're all in my group, are all people that Victor actually wronged, and they actually decided to side with me because I'm more open to ideas. I don't really like shut anybody down if they say like one wrong thing, I'm like, oh, you're banned. No, I don't do that. I'm not like Victor at all. I'm like the total opposite of him. I'm open to ideas. I'm open to debates, actually. Open to conversation. You have to talk things out. That's his problem. He won't do that. He's self-centered. He's egotistical.
I've heard that term before. I can understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got my grudges against him too. So.
Hey, Red. I was just wondering, can we just? I know we got a little off track, but I was just wondering. I don't mean to interrupt the gossip, but I was just wondering, could we just get back on track?
I mean, we are kind of on track because think about this. This is also an overview of what happened, everything that happened last year, and most of the shit that he actually did all happened last year.
I have no idea about this guy. What you guys told me.
Well, here's the funny thing. One of the comments that I'm looking at right now is also one of the people that Victor canceled. Look at this comment. This is funny, of course. He's being funny, of course.
That profile picture's so cute, so sweet. I like it.
Oh my god. The way how Drake can be when he gets on the topic of illegals. I'm sorry, but it's funny. It's funny.
Oh, talking about the stuff down by Mexico. Wait, did you hear about the stuff that's been going on down there?
Oh my god.
They arrested El Chapo's son.
Oh man, I heard about that.
And it has turned into, with the cartels, it has turned into a shitstorm, and the government is getting involved in, I guess, now taking on the cartels.
When are we never taking them on?
But no, it's turning into There's got Mexican military going against them right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like their own war in their own country right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just fear that we may be heading towards another civil war, but different.
Okay, I guess they cut out.
They had to go, I guess, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, but I think overall, though, I mean, I think the main topic of this year has to be this. It has to be. We have to get it to trend.
Of course we do.
GarageGate.
Come on, we gotta get this shit trending. Hashtag GarageGate. Go blow up Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
it will.
And also,
see what's in store.
Your let you know your microphone says.
Yeah, the microphone is muted apparently.
Yeah. So let's see.
Okay, there he goes.
I think my phone. I'm going through this on my phone, and I think the internet got disrupted on my phone, which happens.
That happens.
This is not tied to me. This is tied to my service. The service itself will send out signals every now and then, like every 30 minutes to an hour, and it just usually shuts off. I don't know why. It is.
That's unusual.
Well, here's the thing. I'm using not Infinity. Hang on.
Where did I put
Hang
the
on.
freaking gold?
I got to find out what service that I'm using because this service is frustrating.
Oh, I don't want to
Oy
change the
vey.
subject or nothing, but I've actually been thinking about a few new things. I've
I'm
actually
using
been thinking
Spectrum
about.
service.
Oh, that.
I've actually been thinking about getting back into playing Among Us.
Spectrum has
again,
some stuff going on with.
because I
Oh
know
yeah.
certain someone got me into playing it on a long-term scale.
Oh yeah. You know what? We should do like the whole furry thing of Among Us. See how that goes.
And I've also been thinking about starting my own signal collection, but good lord, they're expensive.
Oh yeah. Speaking of signals, well, I found out that most of the signal enthusiasts are actually a bunch of jackasses. So I kind of went on my
Yeah.
own and broke off from them.
Mhm.
Well, except for two that I know that are actually furries, which I think one's in Canada and the other's in New York, but they're both furries though.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but of course I am the original. I actually coined the word. What was it? Oh yeah, signal fur. That's the word that I managed to coin myself because I'm the original. But you know, going back to this, but you know, I think after the show we should get Twitter to blow up with this hashtag. What do you think? Should we get it to blow up?
Sure.
Oh god, that is hilarious. I'll tell you, that's
Why not?
hilarious.
Let's blow it up. Let's do it.
Yes, that's Elon.
I'm not on Twitter. I'm only on
Yeah.
Twitter for the article.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to do it. You don't have to join us. It's just, you know, we're just making fun of the incompetent president. That's all.
Hey, that's cool. I mean, I
Yeah,
just hope nothing bad
you
happens.
guys have
from
fun
it.
with that.
Well, it's
The
gonna be
thing
a
is,
fun thing.
I-
Yeah.
I don't like Biden, but I won't make fun of him just because here's the thing: I was in the army, and for me, the presidency matters, no matter
It
who
does.
the president is.
True.
And for me, I feel like if I make fun of him, I'm making fun of the presidency and me actually like serving and all of that. That's why I don't actually do that. It actually has
Understandable.
nothing. It has very little to do with Biden himself, but I'm not a fan of him at all, like you guys are.
No, I don't think anyone really is, especially since the country's really gone downhill. And I keep watching the that one economy thing. What was it called again? The stock market, the
Yeah.
Dow Jones, and it keeps crashing. It's not going up. It's going down constantly.
And that's a serious issue. Because
If the main Dow Jones keeps crashing on a daily basis on the weekdays, because it's always Monday through Friday, and I keep watching it live. If that's crashing, that tells you where our economy is going. They said that this year our economy is just going to get worse.
Oh, I
I
mean,
hope it's not 1929 worse.
Well, I mean-
We're actually heading in that direction. We've already hit a 50-year low as it is.
well,
That's
anyway,
an
besides
issue.
that, they also said that
It's
right
partly-
now,
A lot of this
Sorry.
is partly tied with the way the U.S. is trying to handle inflation and all that, and they're handling it the worst possible way.
True.
It's
Yeah, the government doesn't seem to care, especially since they just recently passed
They
that
don't
omnibus bill.
care.
That spending, that couple trillion omnibus bill is actually going to make the U.S. debt even worse.
They obviously don't.
You guys are
understand
able to
and don't
save
want
money.
to.
what are we supposed to do? Ask China for another loan?
No, we don't need to get China involved. That's the
China's
worst
already
thing.
pissed off because Hunter fucked up with them, remember? Ever since
I
they
don't-
they
found
also
the...
have their own issues. They have their own issues.
What?
They're falling apart with their own stance on COVID.
Yeah.
Well, don't
I mean-
forget, they also fell apart because, well, the laptop from hell was discovered, remember? And that
Yeah.
was held on to for so long.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not all China. I mean, the
Yeah.
Chinese people is not the problem. It's the ones who run the nation.
The CCP.
Same can be said
Yeah.
for Iran and every other bad nation.
Yeah.
And that's what I stress to people all the time. It's not the common people.
I mean, there's still a lot of shit that's still happening. I mean, I'm not one for usually bringing this up, but I just think until things change, I don't think we're just not gonna go anywhere because of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna improve Detroit.
I mean, every day I just fear that our world's going to end because of all this bull crap.
Or our lifestyle.
Yep.
I can adapt to lifestyle changes, but world ending
You can.
scenarios,
The women can't.
I can't do that.
Look, you can.
I mean, I guess it all depends.
That's a huge problem. You talk to the women, many of the women who are doing well, and you ask them, "Hey, if the U.S. crashes tomorrow, do you think if you talk to a lot of women, they will not want to change their lifestyle. Women have a harder time going back than men do.
Because look,
I saw.
Sorry,
I've learned this. Xavier.
Men.
Can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I saw a video, and somebody posted on TikTok. I don't go on TikTok myself, but a woman was told by her husband to quit ordering DoorDash because they can't afford it. You know what she said? I'm going to tell him when he gets home that he needs to make more money.
Ooh.
Huh.
I'm like, wow.
Wow,
you can't
such a good comeback.
That shit is just, oh my god, wow.
Yeah, I've heard of that too.
Yeah, it's like, know your limit. It's like you don't just all of a sudden be like, oh, it's like, gambling. It's like you don't just go all in with everything you got.
Yeah.
You put up a limit. And then
and that's why
I mean, I guess it all depends. But, going back to another another topic though, something that Dave could probably agree with me on is we're not really seeing much of the religious furs anymore because they're afraid to speak out because of everything that's been happening. I mean, they try to silence us.
Exactly. You know what?
Many of them
I feel the devil is doing that because that's the story. Because those who suffer in Christ will prosper and find salvation in you.
I mean, for me, I've just been, I have been focused on my religion a little bit. I mean, yes, I'm Christian. I'm considered myself, to be into like Christianity and stuff. But it's just I keep seeing these kind of things where, unfortunately, not that many people are religious anymore these days. They don't really have faith. They don't really believe in the one God kind of thing. I mean, I still do.
Me too. I was born and raised to believe in God. And I'm going to achieve that.
Yeah, but I want to hear what Dave has to say, and then I'll say something.
Part of the reason why that is the case is simply because people are no longer being raised to have these values that you, me, and anyone else, because I'm in my 30s. So a lot of the values of yesterday are not being carried over to today. There's a lot of reasons why. There's a lot of reasons why this is happening. The destruction of the nuclear family is one of them. Removing fathers and other structure from young kids' life, both boys and girls, there are profound effects on both. Both do need their father for structure. Now, beyond that, everything else that is said makes it sound like, like there's actually problems or hatred, that I would have towards women. I do not. But when you point out problems and issues where women are tied into, it sure as anything sounds like it. I
can agree with you.
One reason why people are silenced or are afraid to speak out on.
Well, it's like I said before.
Single mother homes have...
What?
Single mother have caused a lot of issues in today's world, unfortunately. And I don't know about you guys, but I spend a lot of time with in the manosphere with men, like men who've in their 40s plus who've been through relationships and marriages, and I'm hearing a lot of very horrifying things. And you could largely lump it under a couple of things: A, marriage is being weaponized; B, men are being taken out of the picture one way or the other. So good leadership, good qualities, and all that are disappearing along with the men themselves.
That's not right.
Well, you guys, Dave, you probably don't know about this about me, but I actually never knew my own father, actually, but yet look at how I turned out.
Yeah, Actually, that is something you have told me before.
I was adopted, so I do hear you. I was adopted into a Christian family, so in that sense, I can relate. I only know my adopted father, not my birth father.
But
yeah, it's the same situation here. But it's just like you're just not seeing all these qualities that people, or not just people, just like parents are not raising their kids right anymore these days.
And I feel sad. And look, I watch videos about their children disrespecting their parents about video games and all that, and it's just absolutely heartbreaking.
I mean, they don't really have discipline.
Well,
have you guys by any chance heard of Kevin Samuels?
What?
Kevin Samuels passed away and right after February, and he deals mainly with the black community, and he's pulled up some very horrifying statistics of black women and the families. It's like 80% of the marriages and relationships with black women end up failing, leaving like 20% of them actually married. So the divorce rate and statistics for like the single, like the kids, is horrifying.
I agree.
Wow.
I can only imagine.
He passed away due to a heart attack, and some people are suspecting foul play. We don't know if that's the case because the woman he was with basically woke up to find out that he was no longer breathing and living. He had a heart attack during the night.
But
so we don't know if foul play or not.
No wonder I want to leave this world so bad.
Other guys, gone.
Well, it's not like I've said before. I think the problem is that people don't have a whole lot of morals and values anymore. That's the main thing you start seeing nowadays is that, look at how many people, like they were talking about, like, was it $94 billion just in stolen stuff this year? And you see all these videos of people just grabbing stuff, walking out the door. I'm like, what the heck?
And people are not caring anymore. That's the thing.
That's going to be our downfall, our carelessness.
No, it's not even about carelessness. It's about putting yourself before anyone and anything else. The lack of responsibilities is tied to this, unfortunately. When there's others out there who only have themselves and they just beautiful attitude, it's all about themselves. The whole, what's the word, ass? I really don't know about language and all that, but you know what I'm getting at with the swear word there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When people only put themselves first, they throw responsibilities aside. Being a decent person just gets thrown right out the window.
Yeah.
The golden rule gets thrown out.
And when you try to be a decent person, then people are like, "Oh, well, I could open that door myself." It's like, geez, and some people wonder, like I said before, wonder why chivalry is dead.
And you know what else is a problem?
Hang on. Hang on. I don't want to interrupt here, but
go ahead.
Let me know when you're done. I want to speak up on chivalry. Just let me know when you're done. All right.
Well, actually, they go for it.
Chivalry is dead is because of the double standards that exist in today's, the relationships and the dating pool and all that. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunately killed off. There are those who complain about the men who be decent, and then those who complain about the whole, like, I can get the door myself. I'm a strong, independent woman. So it's like, which is it?
Bingo.
Okay. You know what? Through this, I'm walking out the door. Bye. So it's very frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's decent women, decent guys out there. I will tell you what I've told other people. The ones who are left in the dating pool are either the ones who are the bullies, the ones who are traumatizing others, or the ones who have baggage who have been traumatized. The rest who are actually trying to get relationships started or going or whatever are basically players and those who just want sex. I'm sorry, but I have not seen anything else to prove this. Those who've already checked out are the ones who are married. That's an entirely different ball field because they're not even in the dating pool anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I could actually kind of agree with that because of everything that I've actually been put through. For me, it's kind of like what happened with just my last relationship recently, actually. I mean, Boomblocks, you already know about that. Xavier already told you. I don't want to bring it up, but I just had enough and just checked out, basically. You know what? It's just like some of the shit that's been happening it's just, it's yes, people can be traumatized. I was actually one of those people that was traumatized myself, which I don't really like to talk about it, but I mean, unfortunately, it happened. What can you do about it?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
you can always tell me anything. I'm always understanding.
Getting help, so making sure your head is screwed on is kind of important, because there's things that rattle around that will pop loose later that'll make you realize, oh, this is why I had issues and this is why I responded to that. I'm not saying counseling will fix everything, but I will say that counseling will help keep you from unraveling and falling apart. As far as with me, the last two people who I was in a relationship were guys, and I'm not gay and I'm not bi. The thing is, our friendship grew to the point where we actually looked at each other and asked about a relationship, and that's when things actually went to the next level. However, COVID shut down one, and the other relationship got shut down by a niece. Sorry, by a cousin. And
Dang.
I've learned some things, because this is actually something that really surprised me. I believe that if God is involved in the relationship, he can make it work and succeed. But you have to start it with there. Now, when it comes down to a same-sex relationship versus let me start it this way. I believe there's a difference between a same-sex relationship and a homosexuality, simply because one is based on a committed, loving relationship, and the other one is based on nothing but sex and nothing but wanting to go around and screw others of the same sex. And there's no loyalty, there's no commitment, there's no good values to work towards. It's all about yourself.
That's the other thing. Here's the other thing in the long run. I'll tell you, swinging when you're younger, getting into that whole thing right there, I'll tell you, it will get absolutely boring in the long run, because it's like, you ever seen that Nicolas Cage movie where he's rich and everything, and he had a girlfriend, and he's just like, oh, I found some of your stuff, and he ends up having living a life like where all these kids come from and everything. He's trying to figure it out. It's almost like a reverse of It's a Wonderful Life, with kids. And anywho, he's like, basically, even after it's over and he goes back to his old life, he's like, I have money, I have cars, and I am absolutely lonely. It's like you switching off between another person, that's going to wear itself out fast, and that's the problem that people don't get. It's like, oh, well, I just don't need nobody. It's like, if that's the case, you're just going to have a lonely life in the long run.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot that's been happening these days where it's just like, even to the furry community, I've seen it. It's just like, oh my god. I mean, Dave, should I bring up that one topic that we actually should talk about? That one between, like, what was it? It was Peace Wolf, right? That one?
Go for it.
I mean, even that would happen with them. And who are they dating again? I forgot.
Wait, who are the people we talking about? Just so I'm on the same page.
The relationship that happened with Peace Wolf.
Oh, you told me about that. I don't know anything about that as far as on my own.
I don't know about that either.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was just like, apparently it was a toxic relationship, and to where now everything's kind of like busted out between them and I think it's Crabs, I think, or something. The name, I forgot the whole entire name, but oh my god.
But no,
if she did leave her husband and her kids, if she did leave, she's leaving for the wrong reasons, because most people who check out of a relationship are doing for two reasons. Their needs are not being met, or because they want to just, it's all about themselves. And the other person ended up hooking up with a awful person to begin with. So it's those who are abused usually tend to stay in the abusive relationship for multiple different reasons. And Stockholm Syndrome can actually take a hold. It can play a part. Yeah. So they're not likely to leave a relationship, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said before, that's the whole reason why police officers get tired of being police officers, because it's all about domestic disputes. Woman, it's all bent out shape and everything. Calls the cops and it's like, oh, he hit me. It's like, all right, well, we're gonna take him to. Oh, don't take him to jail. And it's like, you called us. What do you want us to do? Because the guy's going to keep doing it again, and then we're going to be back here to. It comes back to square one again.
I want to say that there was a situation I came across during my job. I don't really want to go into the specifics right now, but I will say that there was a guy who pulled up in his car, basically backed up behind his ex, jumped out, grabbed his son from her car, ran over, put his son in the car, and things did not get resolved until till two police officers came on by. One was called for either a domestic violence, and the other one was because it was a car accident, because she backed out quickly, smashed into his vehicle.
Ooh.
And that left a nice sizable driving off with like 3 other guys that no one knew about. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing I also
like an hour to get there anyway.
Yeah, Dave, real quick, the other thing I've also noticed, going back to the Victor drama thing, is you notice how he loves to cause drama? Because I just sent you something on Telegram. He blatantly loves to cause drama.
I hate
because you know what he just said? Right, one of the things that he said? And I quote, I'm just reading this word for word. Peace Wolf blatantly welcomes a zoophile, while the FFA schedule is short with 75% of it involving with the creep Jason Fex. She also wants to add more zoos somewhere. It's all she has left. His words.
Oh boy.
I have a quick question. Who is that again? Not the Victor one, the other guy you said.
Peace Wolf is the one that ran Free for All.
And this Jason Fex guy is like some sort of zoophile?
Supposed, even though I don't think there's really any evidence, though.
I've heard of that term before, and the idea is just absolutely it disgusts me.
See, that's one thing.
I think I've actually dealt with real life zoophiles, and it was not a fun experience.
I hate the idea of that.
Well, I hate the idea too, but the thing is, it's just like that's a problem with the fandom. You hear that a huge load of this rumor type forums and all this other craziness, and it's like, but you know what they don't put up on there? Red? The receipts.
Ooh, yeah, they need to.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
They won't.
It's like, but the other thing is, I've also seen crap where, people have like, oh, did you see how this person changed all this and said this was me, and about like this whole made up blog thing, not blog, but the chats between us, and it's like somebody in making, it's just so hard nowadays, because now so much stuff can get faked on the internet just with Photoshop and everything else.
With everything, but still, like, when it comes to like certain furries, the issue is like they just fucking love the drama. I don't know why. It's like they're too dramatic and everything like that. But
that was a reason why I left Discord, is because I'm fed up with it.
What?
I left Discord because of all the drama going on there.
From
I couldn't hear you, Dave.
If you're on Discord, you guys are probably on different channels.
I don't know what's going on. Your thing is cutting in and out. It's cutting in and out.
Who? Me?
Hello.
There we go.
Yep.
I'm gonna unplug here. Hello.
All right, I can hear you.
It's just let's see. It's just I felt that the situation on Discord was becoming problematic for me, and plus, the whole spending money on art I did in one of my characters, that became a problem too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind somebody checking in and saying, "Hey, you want some art or whatever?" I'm open, and it's like, that's cool. But the thing is, I don't have the cash. I don't have the cash.
I mean, to be fair, that art I got made for Red Wolf, that was a freebie.
I mean, yeah, I do know about that, but I just think overall things have just gotten so crazy in the fandom, especially with the Victor drama now, and some of the stuff that they're causing against Peace Wolf now. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, I mean, and look at also the popular furries that have been in the fandom, and all of a sudden people just all of a sudden hear about one little whiff of something, and it just hits the wall like crazy. It's like, what?
I can agree.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm on my phone here on this the link that I was sent by Red Wolf here. So like if I go anywhere or do anything, it jiggles it and I lose connection. Yeah, so
yeah, but you did see what I mean about what I sent you.
I can't. If I move, if I look or anything, it will back me out and I will lose connection. I can't look while I'm here just because I'm on my phone. Yeah, okay. So I look at it later. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
what I was trying to say.
Go ahead.
Give me one second. We're on different Discord channels, so there's a lot you guys are seeing that I'm not seeing. But I am seeing a lot of furries. I don't know about other believers, but I know some are checking out due to personal issues, like they're just having too much on their plate.
Oh,
a lot of people have been having too much on their plate, so maybe it's all together. It's not just simply people being toxic and being like, you're making us offended, and then just getting blocked and all that. I mean, I quit Telegram like 2 times. This is my 3rd time back.
People are so sensitive on there.
No, too sensitive. They're like women. They're like women erotic. Like you've ever had teeth removed because they're too raw.
They're man girls.
Yeah. You mean a bunch of man-child?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it doesn't just span into us. I mean, shoot, I also see this not just in the fandom, but it's also like it's even gotten this bad, even in the toy community.
What do you mean?
Because people are like, oh well, you got to get into this, or you guys heard of this whole thing with HasLab.
Oh, are you talking about like toys that have gotten like canceled over this bull crap, like Mr. Potato Heads?
Somewhat, but also
toys.
But the thing is, like they're saying, oh well, we need 2,000 people to back up this project for $400 a pop.
Seriously?
It's crazy though.
And the thing is, the companies used to work for us. Now it's the other way around. Everybody bows and shit fits about all this stuff. All about oh well, this needs to get made and everything. It's like, yeah, but you're spending $400, and then they're saying, well, we have to do this online because we can't sell this in a store. But that $300 Millennium Falcon can.
Yeah, actually, that was something that you did show me not too long ago, and I'm like, the fact that people are making like custom versions of toys and it's actually quality, that's impressive.
3D printing and everything.
Oh my god.
The people out there, the fans are making the best stuff, in my opinion. That whole thing that I saw was the biggest thing, and I gotta agree with the guy that talked about it, was they tried to make the part where Solo goes into the carbonite chamber, but if it was a bridge that was the center was the carbonite chamber, and it was like that little bridge piece was $50. You want the whole thing for both? That's $100 altogether. And I'm like,
ridiculous.
And it
very much so.
Yeah, it looks like garbage. Like no effort went into this. You did the
You know what? I don't like interrupting, but Boomblocks, what this kind of reminds me of? Just something that I've noticed, and I think you'd probably agree because you're the oldest out of the 4 of us, anyways. It seems like today's quality on just anything has gone to complete shit.
I agree. I mean, look at a lot of the stuff that's happened with some of the products that we grew up knowing.
Oh my god.
Look at the amount of safety recalls that come out per year. It's
insane. Yeah.
And yet this is why, I mean, you guys already know this anyways. Why do you think I collect all this old vintage stuff? Because it's quality. It's got quality. I've got 100-year-old items that still fucking work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to the saying: quantity over quality is bad. Quality over quantity works.
Actually, there's also another old phrase that Boombox probably knows. They don't build stuff like they used to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's another one.
And the other thing is, here's the other excuse that you hear from the companies nowadays. Oh, the price of plastics have gone up and everything.
Or their supply is short.
Or, whatever. And then Play School makes an Enterprise. And then Play School makes an Enterprise that has the top bridge open up. And all of a sudden, it's marketable for kids. And it's around what? I wanted to say like $30. And that had more plastic than the frickin' Star Wars thing. It's a frickin' joke.
Everything's a joke these days.
Look,
I mean, you know what? You know what?
The price of plastic has gone. It actually has, because the problem is the fields that make plastic over in Africa or whatever, wherever they're at, they're being overtaxed, and these plants are starting to fail.
Ugh.
It's a very real issue with the lack of plastic, or rather, rubber. It's rubber or plastic, one of those two. And I know, I read about it last year. Like, they're overtaxing, they're failing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the farmers are getting cut out of profits when it comes down.
Yeah, and the other thing is here is, like you said, they don't build stuff like they used to.
I picked up a drink to just picked up my glass to drink.
Okay, but anyway, the thing is here is, you know what was the best time for stuff to be manufactured? It's not China. 90s? Well, as a timeline, yes, I would have to say late 70s, 80s, and then into the 90s. But you know where most of this stuff came from? It didn't come from China.
Came from us?
It came from Japan.
You know, speaking of Japan, this is funny. I've got this one light that's currently in my room. The bulb is dated 1996. The damn bulb, it's a Japanese bulb. It's a Japanese brand. The damn thing still works. It's actually a fluorescent lamp. It's not even LED.
Well, it's like I told you, the one, I forgot what type of bulb. It's like an old style Edison bulb. It's in California. It's in a fire station, and it's been going
this is like the Centennial light. I do know about that one. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. You know, that is the bulb. And that's the reason why you have, I mean, not many people know about this. I actually can talk about this all day. There's actually a thing called the light bulb conspiracy, which also could also be used for anything else. Planned obsolescence. Think about this. Like all these LEDs that they make, they're planned to die at a certain time. They're not made to last like all these 50,000 hours supposedly, or like the 100,000 hours supposedly. I've got lamps that are not LED that have out past that. They're from the fucking 60s and 50s that still work.
Wow.
Yeah, because other ones, some people say that don't last a long time. I'll say bullcrap, because guess what? You know what the one bulb that you'll find that will still always freaking work?
What?
In an easy bake oven. I'm not joking.
That's funny. Speaking of lights, I said this early on. I've actually been thinking about starting my own little light collection, but they're too expensive on eBay.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Well, Boombox and Xavier, get this. I mean, this is kind of crazy, though. I mean, I think this is actually crazy.
Hush.
This is killing me.
Is that thing working?
Come on, girl. Be quiet. Come on.
Anyways,
well, get this. Let's see. What was it? You know
sex life. This is awful.
Oh man, that's terrible. But anyways, here's the thing. Did you know that back then, when LED was first made, they actually did make some quality LEDs back then?
I can believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
it. I've actually got proof, because I actually have an LED signal. The LEDs are dated. These are prototypes from 1998. They still work in 2023.
And you're forgetting older ones.
Cell phones are the same way. The older ones were more higher quality, and
but they were also more expensive too. Because think about this. I mean, and I actually learned this from a friend of mine. Is back then when they were first, selling these or like, marketing these things, they're like $500 a piece back in the '90s. Think about how much it's worth now.
More.
Oh, yeah.
It's worth more just because of all the shit they put on these phones.
Yeah, but the thing.
Well, here's the thing. Well, get this. Of course, everyone knows about the manufacturer called 3M. They make all these office products, tape and all that. Okay, well, they actually created a signal. I think it was back in the 60s or 70s. They originally sold it for $437.50.
Wow.
That value put in today's time with inflation, and these signals, this is actually the real value of it, the face value of it, $4,133 they're now worth.
Good grief.
And they actually still sell them, but they sell them for $3,500. Yeah. Just for one damn thing. That's how much this... things have changed.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff going into the phones has also changed. That, I've heard that there are parts in these phones that have gone through over 100 countries because of the process that go into making them into the parts of the phone itself. It's ridiculous. Cell phones were not like that. Not to my knowledge, anyway.
Well, anyways, it's not just cell phones, but think about all these older computers that actually still work in today's times. I've got a computer, I think it's... it was originally a Windows XP from 2003. The damn thing still works.
Now you're talking my language.
Oh my god.
There's still Apple IIs that go on the phone modem connection that still run servers to this day that are still online. You can, still tap if you've got an old.
Like I said, it's like I said. They don't really build things like they used to. I like I said, all the old stuff that I have, it's kind of like proof, basically, of, old times are the best. When it comes not just to electronics, but just anything.
Talking about
that means? The original Game Boy is not the best. I can tell you that. There's no color.
Speaking of that, I've even got an old Super Nintendo from the '90s that still works.
Hey,
I had a Game Gear up until the early 2000s that still worked. They never had a problem with it and everything. I even got the the magnifier to put over the screen and all that. Really good. And also the other cool thing was, and this kind of flopped on the whole thing, you were at an attachment piece where it would go in the cartridge and it would turn it into a portable TV.
Ooh.
And that was like $100 in the '90s. I want to say that went for just for that add-on was I think anywhere from $75 to $125.
Dang.
But now
oh my god.
Worth it because everything runs on digital signal, and those old receivers that connect to that are on digital signal, just like you're talking about cell phones. They gave the old ones the acts, say if you had a cell phone or car phone since the '90s, they said with how the network upgrade, you could use those things anywhere and the signal wouldn't cut out because they had such an insane range.
Oh my god. It's kind of like with my. Well, get this, because you notice how I'm not really cutting out as I used to when I had my old internet connection. I did the fiber optics thing, and I'm surprised that most of my older computers actually receive a stronger signal than my newer ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man!
Because my older ones still have the Wi-Fi capability, but they're outdated.
And it still works.
Well,
right?
like I said, look at the dial tone modems that still run servers to this day. Those things are basically pretty solid. Now, the networks like AT&T, it's like...
When it used to be called Bell Pacific way back then, I know about that.
Bell Pacific, Southwestern Bell, I know
about all that.
Yeah. It's gotten crazy, and it's like, what was it? When I first moved out, I didn't even have a cell phone. I had a landline, and it cost me $25 I talked to a friend, and he told me that now for a landline, it cost him like $80 a month.
Dang.
I'm like, that's insane. They're not even. All they're doing is price gouging the hell out of it.
Yeah, they are.
Because they know they can't. One, cable companies can't come up with any good content on cable anymore to be, except all I ever hear about nowadays is like Walking Dead.
They could, but the problem is a lot of the women would be offended if they do. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff from Married with Children, but if they bring back anything from the past from back then, it's just going to cause problems, which is another reason why it's hard for them to find original content. The new stuff cannot offend women.
I don't care about.
Speaking of offending women, there's this one show that I love to watch. This one late night show. Every time they actually say a joke about women, they actually do this thing where it says, "What a sexist would say." It's just like so funny.
Yeah. I might as well play the Sir Mix-a-Lot song already.
Yeah, but you're not gonna believe what show they actually do it on.
What?
Greg Gutfeld. Every time they make that kind of joke, it's like, what a sexist would say. It's like, oh my god, it's too funny though.
Yeah, see, and that's why they take the risk. I mean, all these other bland. That's the way it used to be. Is having a conversation like that.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, speaking of Gutfeld, they're number one in all of cable networks right now, and even late night shows. Why do you think? Because he's willing to take these risks. Some of these talks that they have.
That, and also the other thing is, look at what they've been focusing on for the past 6 years. Oh my god! How many stupid ass Trump jokes you can make, and that's the thing. It's like people want to be entertained. See, this is what Carson.
That's politics. That's politics.
Well,
that's entirely different.
I know, but you know what? It's more entertaining when they make fun of Biden, though, and Hunter. It seems like, and they make fun of all of these woke ass Democrats and stuff. That's what they love to do on Gutfeld. They take that risk, but yet they've got the number one ratings, and they have not been canceled.
Oh yeah, but
that's quality.
You know what else is funny? There was a video that I think Red Wolf watched. It's like a parody song they did of like Trump, Biden, and all these other political people.
Yes, they actually made a Christmas song about that.
I've seen that channel, and oh my god!
They actually put it on Greg Gutfeld. That's how I found out about the song. It was called Rudolph's Laptop.
Yeah, but they've been making parody songs for years. I mean, the one that kicked off back in the 90s was the whole one with Bill Clinton called Bimbo Number 5.
Oh my god.
I actually remember hearing about that.
Oh, you know what other song that also kind of reminded me of just like what really started some of this stuff in 2020? It was the, what was it? Oh yeah, Let's Go Brandon. I wonder what that could be referring to.
The fact that people are saying screw Biden behind it, and the one female reporter actually said, "Oh yeah, you're being encouraged" or whatever.
Yeah, Let's Go Brandon. And that's what started this. And remember, they even got Joe Biden himself to say "Let's Go Brandon." So wait, is he gonna fuck himself? He actually said it.
Yeah.
He didn't even know he said it.
He did say it, and it was recorded too.
Yeah.
I think half of the stuff that he says now,
You know what else is funny? There's actually a video of him during one of his little speeches. A bird flew over him and took a dump on him.
Yeah.
That actually happened.
Yeah.
It was just flying above head, and then
splat. Well, I mean, maybe that says something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Nothing new.
Hey, it's bad enough they actually have to keep him locked up, because otherwise, if he gets out, it's like he gets lost. Even like the one time where he actually got lost at the freaking lighthouse lawn, there's actually a video on that where he got lost.
Yep.
Somebody sent me a link. I forgot where it was, but it's basically Biden. It's like, oh look, my whole layout of my house was a green screen. I was like, oh, so that's why Biden is always getting lost. It's all green screen.
I don't want to change the subject or nothing, but I'm kind of thinking about playing my first game of Among Us on my PC for the first time in a while.
You know what? We need to get a bunch of furries together because I think they upped it to like 15. We'll get a bunch of furries together for some Among Us maybe sometime.
I'm open anytime, actually.
I'm going to be the bad guy just in case someone else around.
My computer has too many damn issues to run that thing. It's just
Well, mine has no problems running it.
Yeah, but my computer's outdated as hell. I mean, shoot, it's outdated by a decade.
Same.
Oh no. Maybe I can fix that. Remember, I am a certified technician.
Yeah, but then I don't have a computer for how long, and it's like, shoot.
Yeah, but you could actually take an old computer and make it running better without, replacing the whole thing. That's what I did with one of mine. All I did was upgrade the graphics card, the RAM, and the hard drive to an SSD, and it works perfectly fine in modern times. That's all I did.
That's why this is exactly what I can back up. I had a Windows XP computer over 10 to 11 years ago, and it ran wonderful.
That's because it didn't have all the crap like some of these modern systems do.
Yeah.
Like with Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, and Windows 12.
Wait, 12? Where did 12 come from?
It's already a beta release. I already know about it because,
Are you kidding me?
Former Microsoft employee right here, so I get some of the releases early, and Windows 12 is worse than Windows 11, which I'd prefer Windows 10 over Windows 11 to begin with, because 11, it actually really fucks up your system a lot more depending on what you have. It totally fucked up one of my gaming laptops, and I just went back to Windows 10, and it works fine.
And
I got bored of my laptop.
I've been using 10 for quite a few years, and I gotta say, I've become pretty accustomed to 10. But
10's, I do miss Windows 7 though. 7 wasn't too bad.
Too.
But XP, I gotta say, was probably the best one out of all of them.
Oh, especially when you could actually blast the startup sound and scare the hell out of someone.
Yeah,
oh my
and
god!
You know what else? The error sound effect. That's meme worthy right
Well,
there.
you realize that my computer right now is actually a mix of. Get this! I managed to actually mix 3 systems in one, and it works fine.
Ooh, cool.
It has 7, XP, and 10 put all together.
Wow.
I had a friend at my old job. He had a game system that was a game that's been online, and it never crashed except when the power's gone out. And guess what? It's been running on Linux since the 90s.
Oh, that's impressive.
You gotta be kidding. That's insane. That's amazing.
The guy is really, I'd say, really well with computers and everything. He's got like all the high tech stuff and everything else. And I don't talk to him anymore because I left that job and whatnot. And he's just like, oh yeah. He's like, also, those batteries for your computer for battery backup. He's like, I got this on my TV. It's like, why you got them on the TV? Because he's like, if the surge jumps, it's going to blow the gel out of that battery instead of destroying my TV.
Yeah.
And it also cuts down on the bills, too.
Nice. I still have a modified original Xbox and a modified PlayStation 2. And those things are awesome to be able to play hack games and stuff on.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I just love playing some of the games that I actually hacked myself. I only do game hacking, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
it's a no-no on multiplayer.
I'm playing Fallout 4 here, and there's actually a monkey and a doll
like Fallout 4
hooked up to a TV playing Pong. Wow. I wish I could send you.
I've actually played it myself, and it's quite fun, and people have their opinions on it.
And I'll say sorry.
Well, some last minute things though is like I said though earlier, and I think after the show we should do this. Whoever's got a Twitter account, just blow it up with hashtag GarageGate. I want to see that bastard trend. I want to see it happen.
I want to see my ex trend.
I want to see. I don't want to make myself trend, but make GarageGate trend.
Oh man!
I'll just stop. It's funny enough with what I was saying. I don't need to blow it up any further. I'm talking.
Wait. What's your ex's name? No, wait, I shouldn't say that.
No.
I'll just make the. And also, a little bit of a hidden surprise here is. I think this might be the first some of you might be hearing about this, but some people are preparing for a new con this year.
Yeah.
HPFC? Where's that?
Give you
Hawaii?
one guess.
Hawaii.
Yep.
Okay. I'll tell you, that's going to be an expensive con to go to.
Honestly, I'm not going to any more cons unless I'm going along with someone else. I don't want to go by myself. I just don't.
You sure you don't? Well, I'll give you one guess who's the chair and the owner of this con.
You?
Yes.
Oh, that's impressive.
But yeah, you're probably wondering, what does HPFC mean? You'll start to see this pretty soon because I'm just waiting to release more details when it comes closer to time, of course. Because this is going to be towards the end of the year. We're just barely at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, we just finished the first 2 weeks, and actually, what's your thoughts on it so far?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
I can agree with that.
But if you ever see HPFC come up on your anything like that on social media, it actually stands for Hawaiian Paradise FurCon.
Nice.
Cool.
By yours truly. I've already got help, of course. So because the setup is just, oh my god, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. But the location is actually perfect because the hotel actually has a pool.
Yeah, and also you need somebody to organize all those surfboards.
It's not gonna be near the beach. It's gonna be a little bit more inland, but I should mention that the location that's picked out happens to be near a train.
Oh.
And I could be driving the train that day.
Have you ever done that?
Duh! I used to operate the train sometimes when they were short-handed around here for the Hawaiian Railroad Society. I've actually had to help out.
Talk about what kind of trains you've been driving and whether or not they're being driven safely.
Yeah, watch out for Choo Choo Charlie.
Actually?
Oh, yeah, actually.
Oh my god. Yeah, but here's the thing though, the train situation around here is a lot worse because most of the crossings actually don't even have a signal, no signs, no warnings, nothing like that. It's a lot more dangerous. And in fact, the other crossing has been busted still, and they still have not sent me the replacement track sensor to get it working again. Damn it!
What the heck are they waiting for?
It's from the mainland. It's coming from California, but remember, California's fucked up with all those storms right now, so they can't do anything.
And they're split with the homeless population too.
But I'm waiting on a new track sensor to get the signal working again. But only one. But get this, out of this whole fucking island, there's only 2 crossing signals. That's it.
Wow.
And there's about like maybe 10 or 20 roads that this track goes over.
Ugh.
Yeah, and you can imagine that one of the main roads that it actually crosses over is 4-lane road, and it's actually a truck route, the only route to the industrial area on this side of the island.
God, that sounds dangerous as hell. I mean,
it is.
Because I'll tell you, there's always those idiots who think they can outrun it.
Yeah, but I meant this is a lot worse because there's no signal.
Oh god.
Nothing. It's just a sign where it says road crossing. There's no stop sign. There's no signal. No traffic light. Nothing.
Yeah. See, that's what a few spots out here have done in areas where it just says railroad crossing, and I'm just like, with that, it's like that doesn't stop the idiots from.
No, you're basically risking your life because it's not the first time that the train has actually crashed into a truck. That's all I'm gonna say.
I hate hearing about that crap.
Yeah.
Probably won't be the last time either, though. But
it won't. I already know.
Especially with the traffic jam situation, and somebody sits on the track, and I'm like.
Well, here's the thing: is the way how some of these intersections are set up. you can get stuck on the track now because there's no signal. I mean, not no signal, but no crossing signal, and there's not even a sign where it says "Do not stop on tracks." There's no signs like that. I mean, that's how stupid they are around here.
It's dumb.
Although, guess what though is I'm the only person that knows about this. I actually got the plans from the city because they trust me because I'm the only one on this whole fucking island that knows how to install these damn things. There is going to be a third one installed. We're talking a 5-digit salary for me doing this.
Good.
Cool.
Oh, damn.
It's gonna be totally worth it because I actually got to pick out the parts myself.
Oh,
I'm just waiting for the.
Really?
I'm just waiting. It's just being shipped by boat, which takes a while. But because of how huge the poles are and everything like that. I mean, the crossing. It's always a mess though because all the parts have to come from the mainland because they don't really manufacture anything around here. It all has to be either shipped by plane or by boat.
Yeah. Or you're gonna have to look for something like that out of a salvage yard or something.
They need to bring manufacturing back over here to the United States. There's just too much fees.
Mm-hmm. But the one thing I gotta ask, did that strike affect you guys over there at all?
Because no, the railroad strike didn't.
Okay,
because we're getting everything. Actually, most of our stuff actually gets imported by other countries.
Oh,
not from the mainland. Mostly from Japan, which is, oh my god, you should see all the Japanese stuff we see around here, especially in our local stores. It's so cool.
Well, I'd
get a kick out of that. I know I'd get a kick out of it.
Oh, if I had to just go to 7-Eleven right across the street from here, you could see all the Japanese stuff they have in there.
God, I need to take a trip to Hawaii, seriously.
Well, why do you think a lot of people like coming here? Is because of all the other country stuff they see over here too.
Well, it's not just that. I kind of have a bit of a aerophobia type thing.
But no, the thing I was going to say is most of the people that live in Hawaii are from Japan.
Is that
true?
A good
no, actually, that is not true.
Oh, really?
You forget about all the Filipino and the Polynesian.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
That's
Japanese people is up there in the top 3, but I'd say the number 1 has to be either Filipino or Polynesian, but they're still cool though.
Oh,
what
yeah.
About,
Well, here's the funny thing. We'll get this. This is actually how diverse my neighborhood is, in a good way, though. Across the street from me are actually Filipino. I've got Vietnamese on the other side of me, and then the other side is actually Japanese, and it's all in the same neighborhood.
Wow.
Cool.
That is diverse.
That's cool.
Of course, the Filipinos are always fun to hang out with, especially the way how they party.
I agree.
Oh my god, the way how they throw parties. Oh shit. I mean, did any of you guys actually watch my New Year's video that I posted?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say,
the guy that was shooting out the fireworks in the middle of the street during that whole video was actually one of the Filipino people that lives right across from me. So it was like, holy fucking shit, he was going crazy.
You guys know how to party. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Hawaii, no, when it comes to New Year's here in Hawaii, we know how to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
I have to joke with you about that because even if you know how to do it right, it's always better when you do it wrong.
Oh, it's fun when you do it wrong.
Oh my god. Really? You just had to do that.
Well,
Yeah.
I actually have a little bit of a story of my own.
The best thing I'll tell you to do.
Having a party on New Year's before, one of the fireworks tipped over and fired every bit of it at my brother's window.
Oh my god.
But
I can imagine.
But no, used to have a bunch of friends and we come up with the box of hell. Because basically what you do is when you're doing fireworks, you take the mortars, you stick those all in there first, and you put them around the edge and the corner, and everything else, like the other, what do you call them? You had it, Mighty. The Roman candles and all that.
Yeah.
Go in there, and then you just start breaking the sticks off of moon travelers and also whistlers and everything, and you layer all this stuff up. Then when you're done, light the top, run like hell, and get like 100 yards away from this damn thing.
I mean, that's the funny thing is I actually had about like 4 or 5 Roman candles that I actually did myself.
Yeah. Oh,
those
and
I've heard are extremely dangerous, but also extremely fun.
Well, I know how to do it the right way because I've been dealing with fireworks for a long time now.
You guys
especially-
watch them
say you're probably
fireworks
right.
sales
Let's not joke
videos?
about doing those the wrong way, because some people always find a new way to mess it up and to injure themselves.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised after all these years they have not outlawed fireworks around here in my
Yeah.
state because, well, you can get them just about anywhere now. I mean, especially since we've
They
got
don't-
Chinese New Year around, and
censor only the small little things that make smoke and go boop 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 boop. And that's it.
Mhm.
There's nothing beyond that. It's just
we've got the real fireworks. I mean, I've
Right.
actually had my hands on a lot of them before.
I
Yeah,
actually
but-
want to tell you about
here
a funny
in North
firework
Carolina
video
where
I
I'm
watched.
at.
It's
Where I
it's
used to
the
be at in Virginia, it was basically like the little razzlers, the little sparklers, and that was it. Nothing else. Nothing else was
God.
being sold.
I mean,
I'm
well,
just-
did you see in the video all the different variants they have around here?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, I mean,
I did
shoot.
watch the video on New Year's. I did put it on here in my channel.
Well, you're in Hawaii. You can get a type of all types of fireworks. I mean, shoot, out here, you can't get a hold of the old school sparklers anymore because
Oh, you
people are
could
like,
actually get. Oh, at one point you could easily get fireworks at fucking Walmart here.
We actually have. A
Yeah.
I've
little
seen
fireworks
videos where that has
thing,
not gone well.
and it's got everything you could ever want for a New Year's and 4th of July party. We go there all the time, and they are packed with lots of fireworks.
Oh my goodness
It's called
gracious!
Orbit.
Yeah, I mean, they got like 2 fireworks stands out in Imperial. One of them's called Molly Brown's, and it's been a while. And they got actually zoned out to move out to Imperial because
Well, you know what was funny about what happened over here this for New Year's is they actually didn't want to do any of the fireworks shows, so everyone's like, "Fuck it, we'll make our own fireworks show." That's what that video shows.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you gotta.
You know what? You should rewatch that video because the way how people went when that clock hit midnight over here in Hawaii, because we're the last time zone actually to get into that. So it was so funny
Mhm.
though, because I was talking to some of my friends who already were in 2023 when I was still stuck at like what was it, 10 or 11 o'clock at night still.
Yeah, 8 hours behind or whatever.
It was actually fun though because I decided to also take one of my bells out there and start ringing it I think I had it on for like a whole fucking hour.
Yeah. Oh dear God! I'll tell you, the fireworks stuff that I saw on the TV, I'm just like, oh my God, come on!
You're talking about fireworks for New Year's. I ended up just sleeping through that.
Yeah.
People are
I
like,
was actually, I was actually awake during the whole time because I also accidentally set a new world record.
Really?
What?
Hey, that's impressive. Good job.
I actually set a record before 2023. I'm just waiting for them to mail the certificate, but it's already been verified by World Guinness.
Oh,
what kind of
Oh.
talk here?
I don't want to interrupt nothing again, but
Okay, this is a funny world record that I accidentally broke without even realizing it. But because my local store, because I did at my local store, they're also happy because they're also getting their own for certificate for selling it.
Yeah, but what is it?
yeah.
Most coffees purchased in one day at a 7-Eleven in the U.S.
what?
What?
And I downed every single fucking coffee.
Good.
108. I own that new world record. So it's gonna be coming in that when they come out with the new book for 2023. I have that record now.
Well, I'll be
Holy
looking for you.
crap.
I'll be looking for you.
It's
Andrew.
but yeah, a local store in Hawaii. I wonder who
He's still
that
active
could be.
today as well. It still hasn't got to the system.
But yeah, if it says a local store in Hawaii, I wonder who did that.
Jeez, I'm
No,
surprised you didn't
that's
have your own
pretty
blowout.
I didn't
Go ahead.
because I actually managed to guzzle down every single one, and I still managed to sleep before 2.
I'm
So
surprised how you were even able to drink every single one of them.
I'm surprised that you didn't have your own blowout sale in the bathroom. Jeez.
Yeah. I'm like,
I
all
didn't.
day you. Oh my gosh!
But this was an all-day thing, and the funny thing is, this is because of the owner there actually gave me a dare to do it, and I decided to accidentally bust that world record without even knowing.
Okay, but the thing is, I gotta tell you one thing: do not do this crap with anything like 5-hour energy or any of that stuff.
Oh no! That's
Because
that's too much.
believe it or not, you can actually have a caffeine overdose.
Yeah.
People have actually died from too much caffeine.
I'm surprised.
It's for their heart issues.
Oh, before we continue, I want to say I'm looking at the time that we have, and it's about to hit hour 20.
I know. I think this is a good episode, though. I mean, let's see what happens for next week, right? Because we did have that long talk about a certain he shall not be named, right?
Yeah.
We should just put that.
You guys can talk about him, but here's the thing. I liked him and in the sense that we were friends at one point in time, and then just like whatever happened, and he stopped talking. Like he stopped.
Keyword.
He started talking and stopped listening. Let me rephrase that.
He doesn't want to listen to anybody. He's egotistical. Okay, remember that.
Not anymore. Because here's the thing: when you're friends with someone who actually cares about what you're saying, they will listen. Otherwise, no.
He never listened to you, did he?
And only in the beginning. Only in the beginning. Not anymore.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he's become an egotistical maniac. That's all. He's not going to change.
Well, part of the reason why people don't
like
listen to me is either I'm too offensive, or there's a lot of stuff that they're hearing from other people that they trust more than me. Now, when I say this, try to understand that I was kicked from a lot of groups in my local area because there's a lot of people who are offended by what I was saying. I've never broken any rules to the best of my knowledge. I've never caused any issues or drama or anything. And the stuff that I did create was not on purpose. When I'm trying to help other people out with, opinions, questions, thoughts, whatever, there are some things that have accidentally triggered other people, but not because I was trying to actually cause anything.
I understand what you're coming from, but the fact that they did that, I'm upset with them.
Well, can I tell you something funny? There used to be a group in my state, but I actually, apparently they got pissed off at me because I actually successfully sued the owner for harassment and even 2 rape charges. And the fact that I actually ousted the group as a bunch of zoophiles and pedophiles because I actually posted that evidence. They got pissed off because I exposed them. I mean, what's wrong with exposing bad people? They're not good people.
Oh yeah, that's just like
there's nothing wrong with it. They're the ones that did the wrong in the first place.
Yeah, not me. I'm actually fucking innocent, and I am the only Hawaiifer. I mean, I'm actually the last. I'm basically the last good one left.
You're kind of the reason why I want to come to Hawaii, honestly.
I should regroup. I should get a lot of friends over here and like grow our own like new Hawaiifer group or something.
I mean, it's not just bad. I mean, I know that I've always wanted to go to Hawaii over the years because I've known that it's really beautiful there, and I just want to see.
You want to be careful of the locals, though, if I understand correctly, because the Marines and the military have actually made relations tense over there. I don't know if you can confirm that or not, but I've heard that.
Denied.
You have not heard that, or is that not true?
Denial. It's actually not true because I actually go to some of the military bases myself.
Have you talked to the locals there?
Yes.
Then maybe, I wonder what that was for then.
That's because there's also this ongoing drama between the Navy and also the Hawaii locals here because they're actually, I don't know if you heard about this, they're bitching about one of the naval facilities called Red Hill. That's what's going on. It's actually nonsense drama that's happening because they're complaining about poisoning, but yet the local water supply has been poisoned for years, and not on the military base, but even over here, they actually warn you of lead poisoning. That's why you're not allowed to drink tap water here in Hawaii, especially in my area.
Oh, I did not know that.
Dang.
But they're actually bitching about the military not caring, even though their water supply is actually fine, and if they actually get rid of the fuel tanks that were leaking, if they actually do that here in Hawaii, if a major disaster happens, we're all going to be fucked. They're trying to kick the Navy out of Hawaii.
You go to Mauna Kea.
I heard of that.
But yes, that's what's happening. So I can give you all that information at the top of my head because, well, I constantly talk to the head of Navy facilities actually. So that's how I know about all this stuff. Is I get it directly from him. directly from the person who's in charge.
Kicking the Navy out of Hawaii would be a very bad decision.
Well, they already did it with one. They already did it with yeah, but they already did it with another military base that's actually been abandoned.
Oh boy.
And in fact, I should know because, well, I was actually at one point hired to actually redo all of their lighting and take it all down.
Wait, are you talking about the base that's over in California that's been abandoned? I want to say
No. There's an abandoned naval base here in Hawaii.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the only thing that rang off the top of my head was one that, because I watch abandoned videos, and they were talking about one that was closed since the 90s. You could drive around and there's still the housing in there.
But yeah, this Navy base kind of starting to look like crap. In fact, I mean the airport's still in use here, but most of the housing's been abandoned, shut off, and all the military buildings are basically all gone. Or they're either just like rotting or you know, because they did shut down this military base, and it was actually used a lot back in the 90s, even the mid 2000s. I think it closed about 2015, 2014. But you should look this up. The it's actually called Barber's Point, but it's actually now abandoned.
Well, sometimes they make these cuts and they don't want to deal with it anymore, and you know,
like with Afghanistan, just leave it over there. Who cares?
Well, I mean, you know, Barber's Point used to look really nice back then. I remember it all because they had this, like, you know, they had all this stuff for the Navy. Like, they had the housing complex. They had their own commissary. You know, their grocery store. That's what they call it, is a commissary. It's like it was so nice back then, but now it's all gone.
Yeah, the last well,
I mean, even all the airplane hangars are now abandoned there.
Oh wow.
Well, because it was both Navy and what was it?
Quick question: what's going to be done with this whole facility now, long term?
It's just going to be sitting here rotting because whatever's out there. I mean, I've got a lot of photos of this, but whatever's out there in Barber's Point, I mean, they already disconnected most of the power lines as it is. So any buildings that are out there, there's no power.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying, are they looking to redevelop the area or anything like?
Not anytime soon. They're just gonna let it sit and rot, just like other. There's also parts of Pearl Harbor even that are actually now considered to be abandoned.
Wow.
And this was actually abandoned right after World War II, and it's still sitting abandoned.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's
actually videos on it.
I've seen. Probably end up catching a video of it here probably soon, or unless somebody made one already.
Well, I'll give you one. Guess who made the video of Barber's Point?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And in fact, I've actually been trying to see if they can maybe refix some stuff over there because, you know, Barber's Point throughout the years, ever since it's been, ever since they officially abandoned it, because there used to be this one checkpoint for so where only military could get in at one point. You know, no civilians allowed.
Yeah.
Ever since they got rid of that, I mean, the whole place has been sitting abandoned.
So, is it just the houses, or is they leaving equipment like old generators or anything there? Or?
There's old generators. There's old tanks, old airplanes, helicopters. Most of it's abandoned.
And is this tied off like no trespassing or anything, or?
Yeah, all it is just a fence with the barbed wire on top of it. That's it. And no one patrols it either. There's no security because the power's been cut. All the lights have been taken down. Nothing works. If you're to go to Barber's Point at night, it's pitch black.
Oh, I bet.
All the lights are gone. The only thing that's left there is just an FBI building. That's it.
So I want to ask quickly, before we do wrap this up for today, you said there was another server you're involved in on Telegram, right?
Mine, maybe?
If so, you can invite me if you want. That's up to you.
Either I'll send him a link or something, but anyways, I think we should probably get this show on the road. I mean, you know what I mean, wrap it up until next time, because we've probably got a lot more to find out what happens throughout this week, especially with the Garage Gate. I'm sorry, I have to do that now. I mean, it's gonna trend. It's gonna fucking trend. What do you say? I mean,
it was awesome talking to you guys, but I'm gonna hop off here.
Well, real quick though, I'm gonna end it anyways. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Telegram at Mighty Red Wolf. Got more episodes coming your way. Maybe some new folks here and there. We're gonna see how 2023 goes. And this is all of us at Wolf's Words signing off. We will see you next week.
Farewell, folks.